everybody, Good Buddy Q here with something new. Now this is something that's been requested for a long time. I've always been asked, what's your favorite Hittagame? What's your least favorite Hittagame? So on and so forth for years, so I decided, and for those also looking for recommendations too, that I'm going to do a top 10 list of all the Hittagames that I like. This doesn't necessarily have to be like the best crafted either. It's just stuff that I personally liked and I'm looking more forward to whatever update or just the gameplay in general if it's already completed. But yeah, so for those who want it, here it comes. So top 10 best Hittagames, in my opinion. If it's not on your list, then also, rules for this one, I'm not counting anything I had a direct hand in, so Italia is not on this list, sadly. But there is going to be an honorable mention section, so... Oh, and spoiler alert, along with a lot of these games, I'm going to be going over some details. I'll try to keep it vague, I'll do my best, but some of them just aren't avoidable, especially from the top tier ones, so watch with caution. Anyway, let's get going. Number 10. Hitafire. To be honest, this is one of the more better 2P RPGs I have ever actually played. There has been a lot of 2P games, especially on the rise lately, but none has really come as close to feeling like a whole complete story that actually feels like an RPG game. There's a lot of playing, a lot of, things to go around, a lot of characters. It's got a pretty decent plot. The animations, stuff like that, I've never seen. And, also the MMD pictures are usually very good. It's kind of cliche, but it's good for a good first-timer. It's decent enough, has a good beginning, middle, end curve arc thing. I forget what it's called, plot, whatever. So yeah, not bad. Personally, I think it's one of the better of Leanne's works. Yeah. Number 9. Hitaoni. A lot of people would give me a lot of flack for not putting this on the list, but to be honest, it did revolutionize Italia games altogether. Without it, a lot of people wouldn't have gotten the interest. It's a lot of the first introductions to anybody's Let's Plays. And yeah, it is a crossover, but it does it fairly well. Fanbase is kind of trash, though. It's probably really why it's not really more up on the list. It's given a lot more praise and stuff than it actually really needs. So it builds a lot of high hopes for something that really kind of drags on. But it does have the most memorable scenes in games that people still recount to this day. Even I know a lot of the scenes still. It's very emotional and, again, one of the more memorable games. So it's on there, at least for that. Number 8. Hittageist. Oh my god, a game about ladies. Now, I'm not putting it just because of that, but... well, that is one of the things I put it, because they are very underused characters as a whole. Which is, really nice to see them have their own thing. There's really good, scripting. There's really good character interactions. There's really good characters in there. It's a neat take on it, And... though it's still very early on, so while we know the basic plot of the game, we don't really know what's going to happen next. I'm looking forward to whatever update's coming out. Yes. Number 7. Hittacalypse. Now this one, I'm so sad is discontinued. The visuals are very, very original. It's a zombie game, but it's a really neat take on it, and more of the character interactions of how one looks at it. Italy's, inner look at his fear of being alone. And all that stuff. And and relationship routes are a thing. That's something not a lot of games actually do. And the atmosphere is very nice. Be a lot of drab and stuff like that. I did get to hear from the creator a lot of the later on scenes, and it was just very spot on, really meshes well with the genre and all of that, to have the feels and the relationship routes and everything. So it's I will never not be disappointed that this is discontinued, but it's still very good to see what is available. Number 6. Italia Islands and Netherquest. I could not choose between these two. They're both kind of in the same ballpark genre, so I decided to put them together, so I'm kind of cheating. But they're both a Italia RPG game with a good amount of originality to both of them. They've got rare character centers, one being Sweden, the other one's being Netherlands. The character interactions are spot on, and they do really feel like an RPG game compared to like other games. And have reasons for all of those things to be like that. And the quest has original art for like battlers and all this stuff, and then it looks really nice. And again, both of these I am extremely looking forward to the update to. Number 5. Escape from Siberia. Now this one's a lot more heavy to deal with. Very political, very depressing, but Jesus, the writing is smart. It's dripping with originality, and it takes so many risks that not a lot of games can try, or when other games try, it kind of falls on its face and just becomes uncomfortable. This becomes uncomfortable for other reasons, and it has kind of a realistic sort of twist to it. So it's like, wow. The characters are very spot on, and I do recommend it. Like, it is a long game. It is very long, and it's not even fully completed yet. But, geez, like, it's something to look into if you're ready to handle that sort of heaviness. Number 4. Romahita, the original. Don't watch that 2.0 English translation. That one didn't barely any sort of thing for the original. Now this is what got me into Hittagemes. It's, at the time, the plot was kind of original, of everyone being stuck in an RPG game, but a virus was taking them out. Like, for the time, Italia games were never really around except for in Japan, so that was something new and something interesting to think about. That also had a lot of memorable scenes and everything. Like, everyone really still remembers that Priest Italy arc more than anything else, but it still had a lot of good things. There was a lot of good characters, there was a lot of good twists in there. It was really nice, like, fantastic music, and the twists are great too. Like, I am still sad that it, also got discontinued, but what can you do? The creator of Romahita went on to actually making Hittageist, so I guess that's just a step up. Like, if you can, I recommend watching the Sotet AG one on YouTube, so you can actually see what it was originally created to be. It's really good. Like, it starts off super slow and kind of boring, but it gets better, I swear to God. Number 3. Gontalia. Now this one's a prime example of a Italia crossover game done right, because it takes Italia and it takes the thing it's crossing over with and meshes them really well. Not just like, oh, it's just a retelling of this story with Italia characters put in. No, it feels a lot more organic of the Italia characters are put in a situation that is similar to the other one, with the stuff like that, yeah. And it's just how they deal with it. And, it's done differently to accustom to all the people, and has, like, especially with Danganronpa, like, all of the executions are very, they have all their reasons and stuff like that. It's very nice. The characters keep it fresh, too. The plot fits, and it's very nice. I'm still very looking forward to this update whenever it comes out. I know it's still coming up someday. Number 2. Renishita. Now this one really surprised me. I've been seeing it on the corner of my eye for a long while, and when I decided to finally look into it, Jesus Christ, I regret not doing it earlier. Spoiler alert for a lot of people. Well, I should have probably said that in the beginning, but this is a game that shows how the One Piece become Two Piece because of war and things they go through. And this takes a really good way of doing it. Like, you can see how the personalities are starting to mesh with them. Well, not mesh with them, but how they become what they're stereotypically known. Like, for example, when Feliciano was on the run, he had to hide for a while, so he used a fake name and got knives for a weapon. Though he used the term Flavio, but I'm assuming that's probably going to come in later to be switched out or something. And Canada especially, you can see his massive decline, and see just how everything just pulls at him to make him just shift into this new personality. Now, I know there's going to be more supernatural effects in there to make more of a forceful transition, but still, it's really good. Like, there's good, like, puzzles and stuff. Like, there's a really good section in Feliciano in the marketplace. Well, not the marketplace, the village. that, really makes it more RPG-styled gaming, because, it's a fetch quest, you get to solve stuff, which really comes back later when shit is even more fucked up. So yeah, if you like 2P games, I really do recommend this one. It's nice, it's tragic, drama, sad, neat puzzles, good maps. Yeah, 10 out of 10. And before we get to number 1, let's have some honorable mentions. Like, Dreamtalia. Dreamtalia is something a lot of people say is the next Hitaoni or something like that. And, again, I am very biased, so I'm saying yes, it is fucking fantastic, please check it out. But that is up to you guys to decide, not me. Chapter 0 is also something as an honorable mention, because I technically had a hand in it, and it's the prequel to Dreamtalia, so it's like, yeah, but I know there's only been the preview out, but Lubo's been working on the beginning demo a lot, and I've been able to work on with them and see what's been happening, and it's, oof, yeah, it's gonna be good. Like, they're completely redoing the beginning to make it, more better, and it's like, yeah. Hetagames and the world. Now this one could have been on the list. Like, it's a really good 2P game, it has a lot of different 2P characters, the battling's solid, the plot's very nice, it gets to see characters that you don't usually see, but the thing that kinda iffed it for me was on the recent update, where it had an Ebe section, like an Ebe Vocaloid section. Like, it was very nice, I loved it to pieces, but it felt very unfitting for the game, and just kind of seemed like a sort of slug along to try to just get to the next actual plot point. Like, it would have been a good on its own game, but, yeah. Oh well. A Dream in Midsummer. This one's one of those rare occurrences where you get one of those crossovers of fairy tale / story plus Italia, which is not uncommon. Again, you know Hitarella, so like, and it's done very well. It's not one of those, oh, just like, yeah, it is one of those instances of take a story and insert characters in them, but they change it just enough so it's really fitting for the characters and seems really organic. It seems like something the characters would do. And it was really nice and kind of hilarious, and there was homo pairings, because not a lot of people take the plunge for homo pairings these days, and I'm like, meh. World of Analog. Again, another 2P world game, and there was just a lot of games I wanted to put on this list, but I only had 10 slots, so a lot of them couldn't fit on there. World of Analog was one of them, because, wow, like, the scripting is really nice, the visuals are nice, the 2Ps are really nice and thought of. There's, it is part of that one of kind of cliche plot, but then again, with 2Ps, you can't really do much with this an antagonist. And, there's not... Oh! There's a lot of original art, there's a lot of worlds based on the things, like, the atmosphere is fantastic. I loved China's forest. China's arc was one of my favorite parts of it so far, and I hope there's more characterized events like that. Again, Blood of the Rose. I'm meaning the original, not the redo. Mostly because the Blood of the Rose, yeah, it's not the greatest game, and it's kinda but it was created first off by, it was a firstly made game, so you'd expect some things can happen. But mostly I just like it for the laughing material of just how odd it is, and how sometimes awkward it is. It's one of those, you kinda laugh at it sort of things, like Dingo Pictures. But yeah, if you're looking for like a laugh of like an awkwardly made game, I recommend Blood of the Rose. Hita Origin. This one has a lot of lore in it, a lot of like extra universe stuff of like, we're in like this other, not timeline per se, but alternate reality where a lot of government stuff is happening. Like, I'm personally not much of a fan of that sort of story, but I know a lot of other people are. Again, this is just a list of my own personal interests. Like, it is a good story, and it's got a lot going for it. So, especially of, the thought of people used to be nations, so it's like, what happened there? So, it's very interesting. I am gonna still play it. Just, yeah, it's still good. Insane Italia. This one got a lot of backlash back in the day because people thought it was a Dreamtalia ripoff, but I can assure you, with like looking over things, it's not. Like, I've been seeing all the stuff that's going to be going into the first update whenever it gets done, and it looks really nice. It has a lot of, like, added art, a lot of puzzles. It's really smartly written, and a lot of the character interactions are A+. Just, currently its demo's not out yet, so I can't technically put it on the list because it was only very limited stuff was put in the original demo to, yeah. So yeah, looking forward to that one. Lincoln Tropo. This one was a Halloween-based one, and again, it was one of those things where it's like, yeah, it was very enjoyable and it was smart with all its monster stuff, but I didn't think it was enough to get on the top 10 list. But again, I had to cross out a lot of them. I had originally like 16, and I just had to cut them all short, and that was one of them. So again, like, really good plot, really good characterization, and yeah, pretty good story. Tamago no Tenkyu. This one's hella cute, like, in visuals, in plot. It's a simple story that can be played in not that much time at all. It's really cute. I totally recommend it. And lastly, Hittasparkle. Because, well, that one's a really good RPG game with a lot of Chimera stuff in it, you know, in the thought of combining nations to make stuff for someone in another world, so it's like literally ripped into an alternate reality. And it had really good plot, really good characters, and yeah. Like, I know I still need to replay the fixed ending, but that'll come eventually, but I remember that game making me cry because I was just so interested in it. I played it before I Let's Played it, and so I just got to a really sad part, and I was like, nope, I'm done. This is too many feels for me. Goodbye. So yeah, it'd be nice to go back there one day. And now, number 1. Home. I don't think anyone did not see this coming if they know me. Because this game, honestly, again, if you like 2P games, this is like a hidden treasure. The characters are fantastic from the 1P and 2P perspective. The maps are excellent. The added scripts of everything, just how everything sounds when you step, the title things, just all the small details, like being able to save during conversations, skip text, the mini games. There are so many added details to both 1P and 2P characters. It's just phenomenal. And the plot's really good. It's simple, but you feel like something can really build from that, because it's one family and another family having some trouble, and there's just this kid being lost in between them and having to solve them, or needing to get answers from one, because it is really fucked up in a way. And it's like, ugh, it's got some domestic, it's got some character bonding. Like, I know people might say cheat because it's based off of my 2Ps, but I didn't even know that going in. The only reason I looked into it was because I heard a rumor of Eags being in it. That is the only reason I checked it out. Them using mine was completely something I did not know until now. Because obviously I'm playing it. But still, like, for the most part, I stay out of it. Everything's a mystery to me. So, it's really nice. It's really good. Again, if you like that sort of stuff, I 10 out of 10 recommend it. And I am the most looking forward to this game overall. And that's about it, honestly. That's about all I got. That's my top 10 favorite Hittagemes. Did you like them? Did you not like them? If you didn't see a favorite on here, tell me in the comments. And, you know, what's your favorite? How come? I'd like to hear your opinion about it. So, that's about it for me. I will be doing a top 10 worst, least favorite, I guess I should say, but that will be coming on later. So for now, let's just enjoy all the good ones. I mean, it's all Italia games. We're all here for the fun anyway, so let's just enjoy it as that. So, yeah. Have a good day, everybody. Bye!